We have shifted one hopes irrevocably. What do you understand by irrevocably? What is irrevocably? Irrevocable क्या होता है बच्चे? Yes, in an unalterable manner means something which cannot be changed. Okay, so we have shifted our opinions, we have shifted our view from the mechanistic view, related to machines. Mechanistic means related to machines, to a holistic and ecological view. What do you understand by holistic and ecological view? Yes? Yes, as a whole, and related to ecology as such of the world. It is a shift in human perception. It is a shift in human viewpoint. Our viewpoints have changed as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in the 16th century that the Earth and the other planets revolved around the sun. So this was a theory that was propounded by Copernicus, that Earth and the other planets revolve around the sun, and this was something which was very revolutionary. So this change in the viewpoint is also quite revolutionary. It is as revolutionary as that theory that was propounded by Copernicus. For the first time in human history, there is a growing worldwide consciousness, there is a worldwide awareness that the earth itself is a living organism. So people have started feeling now for the first time that we have to respect the metabolic needs of the earth also. It is a we have to treat it as a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. And all of us are parts of this enormous planet, this organism. It has its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be respected and which need to be preserved. We cannot just keep on exploiting, the natural resources and the metabolic needs of the earth. Okay, so this is what he means by this. The earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. We have begun to realize our ethical. What do you understand by ethical? What is ethical? No, not old. What is ethical obligation? Yes, related to moral values, our ethical duty to be good stewards of the planet and responsible trustees of the legacy to future generations. So the concept of sustainable development was popularized in the year 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. And in its report, it defined the idea as, what is sustainable development? You can underline it. It is very important. What is sustainable development? Development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. What do you understand by this? Can anyone just explain this? Yes? Raise your hands. Who would explain this? Development that meets the needs of the present. Akarshita, you can give the answer, but after a few seconds. Let me take off my earphones. Just a minute. Bolo. Speak up, Akarshita.
That the needs of the people who are living in the present should not compromise and the future generation. Yes. So you need to preserve the natural resources. You need to use them, but you cannot exploit them, and you have to preserve
The future generation so that they can also use it. Okay, so without compromising on the ability of the future generations to meet their needs, that is, without stripping the natural world of resources future generations would need. It is not that only we are required to use these natural resources. The future generations, the generations which would be coming ahead of us, they also would be requiring those natural resources, and we have to keep them preserved for them. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a cage where the notice reads, the world's most dangerous animal. And he's giving an example, Nani Palkiwala is giving an example here. We have a zoo, okay, in Lusaka, Zambia. And in that zoo, when you try to enter inside the zoo, there is a notice that reads, world's most dangerous animal. And inside the cage, when you enter it, when you see the cage, inside the cage, there is no animal. Okay, but there is a mirror where you see yourself. What does it mean? That man is the most dangerous animal. Okay, so thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animals. So, a new awareness, man has started becoming aware. Okay, and he has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to a system based on partnership. So what does it mean? That we are thriving on this planet, we are living on this planet, we have to coexist with so many other species. We cannot just think ourselves as to be the most dominant species. You're getting the point? Okay, so we have to live on a system of partnership, not on a system of dominance. You're feeling sleepy right in the morning. Sudhir Chaudhary, wake up. Okay, scientists have catalogued about 1.4 million living species with which mankind shares the earth. So we are not the only one, living on this planet. We are not the only species. We are sharing this planet with how many species? Just close the door. There's a lot of sound coming from outside. And ask these students to go away from here. Scientists have catalogued, so scientists have made a list of how many species? 1.4 million living species which are sharing the planet with us, with the human beings. Okay, estimates vary widely as regards the still uncatalogued living species. क्या मतलब है कि इतने तो लिस्ट हुए हैं, इसके अलावा बहुत सारे अनलिस्टेड भी हैं. ठीक है, uncatalogued means unlisted species. Biologists reckon that about 3 to 100 million other living species still languish unnamed in ignominious darkness. So there are about 3 to 100 million more species which are which are uh, which are still languishing. Languishing means which are still just yes, which are just forced to suffer or forced to stay in ignominious darkness, in shameful darkness, which are not being listed. Okay, they're not in, they don't fall in any of the lists. Got it? One of the early international commissions which dealt inter alia. What is inter alia? No. What is inter alia? What is inter alia? From the context, can you judge the meaning? Inter alia? No, not from inside. Nothing related with inside. One of the, yes, among other things, one of the early international commissions which dealt, among other things, with the question of ecology and environment was the Brand Commission, which had a distinguished Indian as one of its members, and that Indian was by the name of Mr. L.K. Jha. The first Brand report raised this very important and a very relevant question, and that question was, are we to leave our successors? What do you understand by successors? The future generations. Are we to leave them a scorched planet? Scorched means burnt. Are we to leave our successor a burnt planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes? Impoverished means, poor, very poor landscapes, and ailing environment and a sick environment. Okay, got it? So, are we to leave this for the coming generations? This was a very important question that was raised by the first Brand report. Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four. So he talks about four main biological systems of the Earth. What are these? The fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. You have to remember them, underline this. This is very important. The main biological systems of the Earth are four. कौन से हैं? Fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. And they form the foundation of the global economic system. I told you earlier also that our economy depends upon these main four biological systems. Okay. In addition to supplying our food, ये biological systems हमें क्या supply करते हैं? Food supply करते हैं. इसके अलावा these four systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry. Industry के लिए सारे raw materials भी यही provide करते हैं, except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. अगर हम petroleum derived synthetics और minerals को छोड़ दें, तो उसके अलावा सारा raw material जो भी इंडस्ट्री के लिए आता है हमारे, वो इन चार प्रिंसिपल बायोलॉजिकल सिस्टम्स की तरफ से आता है. और वो कौन से हैं? फिशरीज, क्रॉपलैंड्स, ग्रासलैंड्स एंड फॉरेस्ट्स. Got it? In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. Can you explain this line? What does the writer mean by this? In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. Raise your hands.
Authors talking about those four biological systems that the humans claim that they are using it so regularly that it is not able to produce more of the good quality things. Yes, very good. So, human beings are using these systems so recklessly, so thoughtlessly that their productivity is being harmed. It is being hampered. When this happens, and when this happens, what is going to happen now? Fisheries would collapse. Fisheries are collapsing. You know, forests are disappearing. Grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands are going to deteriorate. They are going to, decline. Decline in a protein conscious and protein hungry world. Overfishing is common every day. You know that people are so conscious about having more and more proteins that because of this it is leading to what? Overfishing. Okay, in a protein hungry world, protein conscious world, what are we doing to the fishes? We are overfishing. Okay, in poor countries local forests are decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. Forest को हम खत्म कर रहे हैं किसके लिए? कुकिंग के लिए, फायरवुड ऑब्टेन करने के लिए इन पुअर कंट्रीज. ठीक है, इन सम प्लेसेस फायरवुड हैज बिकम सो एक्सपेंसिव दैट, underline the next thing within inverted commas, what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. इसका क्या मतलब है? What do you mean by this? This can come as a question. What goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. What do you mean by this? Yes, Aryan Dutt, bolo. That the ingredients used to cook food is not as expensive than the firewood that is used to heat and cook the food. Yes, this means that firewood has become much more expensive than the things that we cook inside the pot. Okay, firewood ज़्यादा महंगी होगी, इसका ये मतलब है. ठीक है, since the tropical forest is, in the words of Dr. Mayers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. Because of this total destruction, many species are facing, several species of life, what are they doing? They are facing extinction. It has been well said that forests precede mankind, deserts follow. इसका क्या मतलब है? Forests precede mankind, deserts follow. What do you mean by this? Think over it and tell me. जैसे जैसे mankind expand होती है, forests क्या होते हैं? Disappear होते जाते हैं. क्यों? Because of the so-called development of mankind. What has the development of mankind resulted in? Additional burden on Earth's resources. हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा forests काट रहे हैं. क्यों? For the so-called development. ठीक है? So this exploitation of natural resources, what has it along with pollution, what has it resulted in? Disappearing of forests. Okay, so deserts follow mankind means human development causes the formation of deserts. Okay. The world's ancient patrimony of, what is patrimony? What is patrimony? Inheritance. The world's ancient inheritance of tropical forests is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. ठीक है, soil का natural fertilizer भी खत्म हो रहा है. ठीक है, because of the growing use of dung. The World Bank estimates that a 5-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuelwood demand by the year 2000. तो ये आर्टिकल तो बेटा 1994 में लिखा गया था ना, तो हम बात कर रहे हैं 2000 जब आएगा, तो उससे पहले हमें कितना ज़्यादा एफॉरेस्टेशन करनी है? 5 गुना ज़्यादा. ठीक है, अब तो पता नहीं कितनी गुना ज़्यादा करनी होगी. ठीक है, अब तो हम 2021 में पहुँच गए हैं. Got it? तो जेम्स स्पेक, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, we are saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. इतनी स्पीड से हम फॉरेस्ट खो रहे हैं, and acre and a half in just 1 second. इतनी स्पीड से हम we are losing our forest cover. ठीक है, Article 48A of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor
to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. ये आर्टिकल 48A कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का क्या कहता है कि स्टेट की ये ड्यूटी है कि वो क्या प्रिजर्व करेगा, क्या प्रोटेक्ट करेगा, एनवायरनमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करेगा और फॉरेस्ट और वाइल्ड लाइफ को सेफ गार्ड करेगा. ठीक है, this is stated in article 48A of the constitution. But what causes endless anguish? What is anguish? Endless pain. What causes endless pain is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. Okay, they are only made. They are neither implemented, they are not neither, nor they are they respected. ना उनकी कोई respect करता है, ना उसको कोई properly implement करता है, enforce करता है. समझ आ गई? वो सिर्फ बनाए जाते हैं. Got it? So, for instance, the Constitution says that casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor shall be abolished. But they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the Constitution. ठीक है, Constitution कब operation में आया था? 1950 में. ठीक है, उसके 44 इयर्स के बाद में जब ये 1994 में आर्टिकल लिखा गया, फिर भी ये बॉन्डेड लेबर, चाइल्ड लेबर, अनटचेबिलिटी, कास्टिज्म, ये सब इतना ज्यादा फ्लरिश कर रहा था, जबकि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ये कहा गया है कि इन चीजों पे टोटल बैन है. ठीक है, पर फिर भी वो सिर्फ लॉज बनाए गए हैं, उनको रिस्पेक्ट, दे आर नॉर रिस्पेक्टेड, दे आर नीदर रिस्पेक्टेड नॉर आर दे इन्फोर्स्ड, implemented. A recent report of our Parliament's Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion. What is catastrophic depletion? Causing complete destruction. Fatal. Fatal means catastrophic, fatal, which leads to almost death of India's forests over the last 4 decades. पिछले 40 सालों में catastrophic depletion हो रही है किसकी? Forests की. India, according to a reliable data, is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtually treeless. इतने सारे एरियाज डेजिग्नेट किए गए हैं कि ये फॉरेस्ट लैंड है, अगर आप उनको देखो तो वो उनमें ट्रीज तक नहीं है, तो वो क्या फॉरेस्ट लैंड है? ऑफिशियली फॉरेस्ट लैंड उनको डेजिग्नेट किया गया है, नाम दिया गया है कि ये फॉरेस्ट लैंड है, मगर वहां पे पेड़ तक नहीं है. ठीक है, the actual loss of forest is estimated to about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. Government statistics हमेशा कम दिखाते हैं, तो एक्चुअल डिप्लीशन है वो इससे 8 गुना ज्यादा है, तो आप सोच लो कितनी ज्यादा होगी. ठीक है, गॉट इट? A 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. 88 countries का investigation हुआ है और पता चला है कि बहुत सारे countries में तो environment की condition बहुत ही नाजुक है, critical है. critical समझते हो ना क्या होता है? What is critical? Very bad, very serious. ठीक है, there can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर इसके लिए क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबल क्या है? ग्रोथ ऑफ वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन. ठीक है, सो यू कैन जस्ट पुट अ मार्क हियर. वी विल कंटिन्यू फ्रॉम हियर टुमारो. यहाँ से मैं आपको कल करवाऊंगी एंड यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द पार्ट दैट वी हैव कवर्ड. जितना मैंने करवा दिया वो पढ़ के आओगे, बिकॉज आई वुड बी आस्किंग, I can ask anyone to summarize. I would be asking questions from within this part. Okay, and we'll complete this chapter tomorrow and also discuss the questions. I will put the assignment in your classroom. You can you have to submit it by Thursday. Got it? So for today, we will do only this much because the class would go at would get over at 12, and I have to take your attendance also. Okay, so that would be all for today. Just go through the part that we did today and also come prepared with the next part.